After John heard about God's seal being put on 144,000 of God's servants, 12,000 from each of 12 tribes, he then saw something different in verse 9. After this I looked, and there before me was a great multitude that no one could count, from every nation, tribe, people, and language, standing before the throne and before the Lamb. They were wearing white robes and were holding palm branches in their hands. Who are these people? They are Christians from all over the world, an uncountable number. The palm branches stand for victory. The white robes could represent either victory or righteousness. Some scholars say that this group is different than the 144,000, and some say it's the same people. Earlier, John heard the Lion of the tribe of Judah announced, but when he looked, he saw a lamb. He heard one thing announced, but what he saw was something different, and yet it was the same. The lion looks like a lamb. Here, something similar may be at work. John heard one thing, but saw another. But maybe it's really the same thing. The numbers that were announced in the first half of the chapter were significant in their symbolism, 12 being a foundational number and 1,000 being a stock number indicating numerous. So what is announced is a group of people who represent the tribes of Israel. And what John sees is that this group is actually much larger than what had been announced. Not only was it beyond counting, it also included a lot more than just Israelites. But this group fulfills the symbolism described in the 144,000. There are two ways of describing the group, one for its symbolic connection to the tribes of Israel, and the other for showing how big the group really is. This uncountable multitude are also God's servants. It says later in the chapter that they have made their robes white in the blood of the Lamb, symbolically, of course. In later chapters, Revelation will sometimes refer to the 144,000, sometimes to those who have white robes. If there is a distinction being made between these two groups, it doesn't do us much good to know it because we don't know how to be in one group rather than the other. And it may not matter much because both groups end up in eternity with God and Jesus Christ. Verse 10 tells us what they do. And they cried out in a loud voice, "Salvation belongs to our God who sits on the throne and to the Lamb." The innumerable multitude from all over the world praising God and Christ for the salvation they have given us.